Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen. Please let me know, is it visible? I I've just shared, right? Just let me know, is it visible to you all? Is my screen visible? Richa, thank you. Thank you, Richa, Mohit, Akshat. Thank you. Okay, so again, the thing is, just a second, let me make a add a page first. So as asked by Aditya sir, and I guess many of the students are yet not confirmed about the timings, despite like repeating things. But I know that is very obvious thing, right? So let us firstly discuss how the flow will be going and when what will be the like exact timings from Wednesday onwards, right? Uh, from Wednesday, that is your next scheduled class, you will be having two classes. The first one will start from 12 in the noon and will last for 1 hour, depending upon your doubts, not more than that, or like 5 or 7 minutes can be stretched, depending on your doubts as well as your assignments. Today also you'll be given an assignment. So just remind me of like giving you an assignment, right? Just remind me of that. Right. Great. So on Wednesday, two classes will be scheduled. One will be from 12 to 7. That will be taken by your TA. He'll be helping you out for all these things that I've been repeating like since I guess a week or so. So I guess there would not be any issue that what TA will be doing. And the second class will be from 6 to 8. That is basically your regular class, which we generally take and we like proceed forward with the syllabus that will be taken by me only, right? Syllabus will be taught here, taken by me, right? Okay, so I'll suggest you guys to be attentive in the TA class as well. Just discuss your things, discuss your doubts as well as assignments, and just remind me that today also I have to give an assignment. That will be assignment number three. Assignment number three, right? That will be assignment number three. And from Wednesday and onwards, like it either it be like Friday, either it be like Monday, Wednesday, every day from Wednesday onward, this schedule will be followed, right? I hope so. Now there is no problem with anyone. Like two times a day, and like from every alternate days, which it's like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, every alternative day. Now is it clear to you all? Now the timing things is clear, right? Also, by I guess tomorrow, like today we'll be ending up with our DOM, and by tomorrow we'll be trying to winding up with our jQuery or maybe a class at max more, right? By Friday, or I would say, okay, by next Monday, right? By next Monday, we'll be starting with the project. By next Monday, because I'll need to tell you something about Axios as well as some APIs as well. I'm not sure, but at max by Monday, we'll be starting up with the project, our Twitter clone, right? Our project Twitter clone TC, right? So today we'll be ending up with the DOM, uh, and rest I'll just keep updating about things, right? So it's a hard like maximum at maximum by Monday we'll be starting with the project, and till that time just be clear with the concepts as well as all the things which are being taught, as well as just clear it out with the T, right? Hope so. Now things are a bit clear to everyone. So would you please consider teaching backend for backend is something that will be taught along with the project. I'm not saying the entire functionality won't be explained. Everything will be done from scratch and details. I like whatever maximum things are required to know by you guys. Uh, but if I'll be teaching backend, then I'll be like starting the project. That will be like very difficult for you guys as well to understand things, right? But when I'll be like making you like do the project at that time, if backend is like done like 5 7 days back, then we'll be like revising, watching the videos and watching the videos again. So it'll be better if I'll be like making things side by side. uh so the project DB would be SQL or Mongo, we'll see, but I guess most probably we can do in both the things, right? So we'll see. I'll prefer any of them, I have no issues, but we'll see. I guess If everyone is comfortable with SQL, then we'll go for SQL. If everyone is comfortable with Mongo, we'll go with Mongo. But as being told, I can like use any of them. Rest I'll update you once we'll be like starting with the project. So you have time to like switch to your database. Till that time, you have time, right? Uh, which is more industry relevant. See, this industry relevant term is like okay. If I'll just explain you that what is the demand of the industry, then I would say industry is not once, right? Industry is like divided into huge small arenas. Let's assume we are having hospitality. Let's assume we are in a teaching industry. Let's assume we are in a tech industry. We are in banking sector. So each and every sector itself is dependent on some different like criterias and different factors over which the database has been like decided and which just a sec. What is this? Okay. Yeah. Like each and every industry itself is like dependent on multiple factors and multiple principles, the priority of the data, everything. Like it is like nothing to do with the industry. It is like to do with the domain over which you are working, right? If you're working in banking industry, then security is important. If you're working in tech industry, then speed is important. If you are in a teaching industry, then I would say the like database man like the important stuff is to like collection of data is important. In hospital there is huge databases, so maintenance is important. Everything depends on what kind of work you are doing, right? So categorizing one thing in a category that okay, this is the most industry relevant, then that would be wrong stuff. It totally depends on your company and your work. Hope so this is clear. Kanish, okay, Kumar Kanish Pandey. So like you should not be afraid of learning of databases. They are not that big stuff. So can you please summarize this assignment given by now? Uh, okay, just let's remind me at the end of the meeting so that like remind me at the end of the meeting to give you assignment number 3 as well as to discuss both the assignments so that it is beneficial for you guys, right? Just remind me, any of you just keep a note of it and remind me that, right? Okay, so I guess we are good to start with the leftover things of DOM, right? We are good to start with the leftover thing. Let me just so we are doing DOM, and I guess we have done till um, homework I gave traversing. Okay, so we need to start with the traversing of DOM, right? Great. So I hope so that you guys were able to do your homework. Like I asked you to read about it, but okay, this was something important, so that's why I'm not skipping this, and I'll be giving you a brief of how things will look, right? So what do you mean by traversal of DOM, right? Let's understand this by this tree structure, right? We all know that HTML is our root element, and inside a root element we have a head as a child and a body and as its another child. Inside the head, what we can include is we can say that yeah, there is a link stuff like styling part is there. We have meta tags, we have titles, and we have different style sheets. I would say many style sheets can be there, right? And in the body, the struct. I'm just giving you a vague example, just a like a random hypothetical example, and there could be divs, there could be navbar, there could be section, there could be like the section could be having an article as well, or I would say the section could be having a UL as well. The UL is having like different LIs. Let's assume we have a separate OL here and we are having different LIs with the OL as well, right? This could be the possible structure for our like this would be the possible tree structure, right? If we consider making a HTML, just a simple HTML, right? So what basically traversing means is this body is the parent to these div, navbar, section, OL, everything, right? This body is the parent to this, and this article and UL are the child of this body. So I am really sorry. I didn't know that my net just got lagged and I was thrown out of the meeting. So till where you guys were able to hear me, till where you guys were able to hear, just let me know about the line on the topic. I was audible till I was audible till all these questions. Just a second. So would you please consider teaching typing before project? Okay, this was done. This was done. This is my Firebase is not considered like we won't be using Firebase. I don't know what's this question. I'm audible. Just
Yes, sir.
okay, great. See, I'm not asked to like the syllabus is not consisting of Firebase, so I guess if we'll have time, then we can of course discuss for it. So can you please summarize the assignments? Okay, I'll summarize it. Rishabh was saying, sorry to interrupt, but I have a doubt about first August. Which classes, Rishabh? I'm not sure of what classes you're talking about. Which classes are starting from 1st of August? So it won't be possible for many of us to attend morning session. Is in okay. See, morning sessions are basically for the doubt and assignment stuff, or maybe you can like if it's really important for you to skip them, then there's no hard and fast rule to attend every class. But I'll suggest you if you are having doubts and if you are like if you are like willing to interact with more people, then it's better for you to attend those classes as well. Rishabh. Great.
Excuse
Okay,
me,
so till
sir.
when? Uh, yes, who's there?
I think your messages are not being updated.
Um, just a second. Can you just type something over the chat box, please?
So students are doing that.
Then why is it happening with me? Okay, let me just rejoin again. Like, I have no option. I guess now I am audible to everyone, and please write something in the chat box so that I can see. Like, uh, please write something so that I can know that am I really able to carry forward with the chats or not. I still feel that the chats are not coming. Why? Meeting chat is okay. I guess there is some. Please write something now. Audible, sir. Audible. It's 6:21, right? Where the time is
Now
6:21.
it's been
Audible.
updated, sir.
Okay, so I'm not reading the above one, but okay. I guess you are audible. Okay, so great. Till where was I like audible to you guys according to the syllabus? Like, were you guys able to see that I made a class or I made an ID special to this paragraph? Like, were you guys able to see it?
No, sir. This
Till
is a tree
T
diagram.
diagram. Okay, just the T diagram, right? Okay, so let me carry forward from there. So this is basically the T diagram. So when we were like studying about CSS, at the same time I made the same tree diagram so that I can explain you about the combinators, the descendant operators, and every combinator which was there, right? So in the similar way, the DOM can also be used to access all of the elements of yours as well as to manipulate the functions. Let's assume you are presently you are at the article or you are at the UL, so you can access your parent, you can access your child, you access a particular child of yours. So all this traversal can also be done using this DOM. So we will see that how we are traversing the DOM and what operations do we need to make, right? So basically what I did is I created a lecture 13. Inside the lecture 13, I gave it a folder name known as Tom Traversal. Inside it, I made two folders. I guess that is the thing which I repeat in every class, right? So there's no need to focus more on this HTML part. Just I'm explaining you that I have a paragraph. Inside a paragraph, I gave it an ID of special, and I gave a strong tag inside my para. So what I'm trying to do is just by encountering my strong tag, I like let us know that what is the parent of this strong paragraph. Along with that, we'll be seeing with the UL as well. Like just be with me and see what all can be done with this, right? Just be with me for this. So what I'm doing is I know that I have a I have a element strong, right? So what I'll be doing is I'll be saving it somewhere, of course. Strong is equal to document dot query selector. I hope so. Now you guys are familiar with this query selector term and tried it yourself as well, right? So if I'll be like focusing on strong, then yes, I'm able to get the strong. But I need to access the parent. Like what is the parent? Where is the strong like present inside? Like at what is the parent element of it? So for that we have a object that is we can find for the method of parent element. If I simply go to strong and I'll be asking it for the parent element, then it is showing me the entire paragraph which is wherein this strong is being present, right? So parent element, what it basically does is it gives us the access to the parent over which we are like appending this method, right? So what I can do with this is the last command I did was the parent of strong. Now I want to check the parent of my paragraph as well. So what I'll do, I'll simply chain this parent element. Then what I'm getting the entire body to it. This is like chaining strong. The parent of strong is paragraph. The parent of paragraph is body. So if I want to chain it again, let's see who's the parent of body. I hope so. Now you guys would be aware that the parent of body is HTML, and what is the parent of our HTML? That is, of course, the null, right? Uh, uh, I don't know where is it. Okay, the parent element. Just a second. Then I can see that null. So the hierarchy again goes as like let's say you wanna check out for the children of it, right? So what we'll do is we'll simply be making this UL document dot query selector. Uh, let's select it by some ID also, I guess, so that you guys get familiar with it. I'll be giving it an ID of list. So what I'm doing is where is my UL? This is my UL, right? I'm giving it an ID. Great. So now what I can do is I can simply select it using my query selector. If I check for ULL, then I'm getting my UL, right? So now I want to check for the children of this ULL, right? So I'll simply write children and it will give me the entire collection, HTML collection, which like all the childrens which are present, like all the childrens which are present. So how can I manipulate this now? So simply it's like, let's say I want to use a for loop and I manipulate. I just want to manipulate all the properties inside it. So let I of ull dot children, ull dot children. So I'm like encountering all the LIs which are there with me inside it. So what I want to give them is like I want to give them a property. Like let's assume L dot style dot I would say color. Like the most easy property is color. I want to give them a color of let's say purple. Purple can also be visible with this. Let's say okay, so every li present inside my ul, I encountered using this children operator, not directly encountering my li, right? So I encountered this using my children operator. So I can like apply the property of this using my parent element and children, right? So this was just the basic. We have more uh, I would say more methods, for example, next element sibling, previous element sibling. So we'll be discussing this right now. Is it clear till now? Are you explaining the tree till the tree diagram you made? Okay, so you were explaining the tree. Great. Is it clear about the parent element that we can get the access towards the parent element just by selecting the child, as well as the vice versa? If we are present over the child, present over the tree, we can like access the child of it as well, right? Clear, clear. Yes, great. Okay. So I'm just penning it down for you. One is the children, other is the parent element, parent element. dot laga deta hu so that it's easy for you to understand. Okay, so these were the two, and the next two are, I would say, the next element sibling, the next element sibling, and after that is, I guess, previous element sibling. I guess it's previous, right? Previous element sibling. We'll check as well at the same time, but most probably we are done with this. We are left with these two, right? So most probably it's this only. Let's see. Okay, so let's assume now what I want to do is how can I explain this? Just a moment, huh? If I will go to my previous element sibling, next element sibling. Okay, let's do one thing. Uh, Let us first encounter this ULL only, right? I have a ULL. Okay, the ULL is there. Uh, what if I just want to encounter just the first element present inside my li, right? So what I can do is I'll go for let li is equal to document. Just a second. ULL dot children. ULL dot children. So if I go with li, then li is basically a collection. I would say li of 0, then yes, I'm able to get the first element, right? If I see, if I'm like using the indexing system, the first element of my li is like here. I can like see, okay, this was the li which I encountered right now. Now I want to check for the next sibling to my this li, right? So simply what I'll do is I'll go for li with 0 and dot. What property am I having? Next element sibling. So what is the next element sibling? What should have been the next element? That is the first index, right? The first index to it. So if we do it this way, then let's see. If we hover over it, then yes, it is encountering me with the movie 2. How I was able to do it? I selected the li of first, right? I selected the first li using the index, and after that I used the method of next element sibling, and this is how I can, like without exactly capturing my that second li, I can like move to the next element sibling, right? Or if I do it twice, if I do it twice, then I can move forward. Again, chaining can be possible. I can do it many times, as many times I want, depends on me. So this is how we can select a particular li just by selecting the parent, or I would say selecting some other uh, sibling to it. So okay, what if we would have selected the first element, right? If we would have selected the first element, then the next sibling is towards the bottom side or towards the right side. It could not have been reached towards the left or the upper side, because the flow of, as like explained in the selectors as well, it could not have been moved towards the left or the above side. The same reason applies here. So the next, if we are like moving with the method of next sibling, then it will be for like taking us towards the bottom or towards the right side, right? Uh, and by right side, I mean in the case of this DOM, this if you are standing on this li, then the next will point me towards this and not towards this. This is what I mean by right, and by bottom I mean that what is being shown inside the code, right? The bottom one is towards the right side only. So that is what I am trying to explain you with the word of bottom and right. Okay, so uh, okay, if what if we'll be like doing about the previous element, right? I'll be This is my li nth of type, I would say 3. This is pointing towards my movie 4, right? If I go towards the previous, um, not pre, it's previous element sibling, right? So where will it take me? Let's see. Okay, so there should not be this thing, right? So this is taking me towards one step back. That is towards one step left, right? So they are like entirely opposite to each other. Previous will take me to one level back, and next will take me to one level right, right? So these are self-explanatory, I guess. Now we can make use of this 4 methods just to traverse our DOM, like in the siblings and as well as in the parents of child, right? So these 4 are, I would say, like good enough to traverse a small amount of your DOM, and the majorly required stuff can be done with this. So this is how you can do it. Are these 4 methods clear to everyone? Like just clear to everyone? Like you have to implement it, of course, but is the basic concept clear? Is the basic concept clear for all? Yes, sir. with Tanisha. Abhishek. Okay, so I feel that it's not a major stuff. I penning it down. Just explore it if you want to. Rest you will be learning it by like using or implementing it. They're not big thing, but you should know. Array yaar, why is it happening? Just a second. Okay, so explore them. Simply explore wherever you want to. Now you know the resources pretty well. It's the 13th, 14th class, so I won't be saying MDN again and again. Great. So, okay, this was the way to like traverse the pre-written HTML, right? So we were not adding on any of the HTML. HTML was like pre-written. Right. What if we want to add some HTML towards our content without going to HTML and just by using the DOM, right? For example, let's assume you're making a to-do list. Just for example, you're making a to-do list. So let's assume three of the tasks are being already aligned. You want to go to your gym. You want to go to your, I would say, a juice shop. You want to go and buy groceries, whatever stuff you're like willing to write, you can write it. But now if I want to add one more stuff, right? So let's assume this was my pre-written HTML code. Now I'm adding something, right? That I need to uh, eat apple, that I need to eat apple, right? This is something which I am adding after this HTML is being like already present, right? So this is something dynamically added, right? This is something dynamically added. How can we add on stuff and how can we create something new? Now we'll be like learning about that. So the topic can be how can we add new elements, right? Simply, I won't be creating a huge, like big words by making it unclear. I'll be like, how can we add new elements, right? So let's see it, and then we can explain properly, right? What I'm doing is I'm just refreshing it. Okay, not refreshing. I'll be copy pasting it first so that if required, then this can be used. I can't, I guess. I can't copy most major things, right? But okay, whatever will be there, that will be beneficial for sure. I don't think so, but okay, cool. Let's do one thing. Let's make one more folder, and I'll be adding is that creating new elements. Creating new elements. Okay, and inside it, I'll be adding my files, x.html, along with that style.css. No, app.js. Okay, and adding my source app.js, adding my new elements, adding new elements. Great. Okay. So if I want to save and run this, am I able to do? Yeah, I'm able to do so. So let's inspect and see how we can basically, I would say, create or new elements which are there, or create something of our own, like create something according to us, right? According to us, right? Okay. Um, let's do one thing. Uh, let's okay. For that matter, I should give some HTML as well, so for the better understanding, let me just again copy paste it from the DOM traversal index. Uh, better for all. Creating new. If I just copy paste again, again. What I want to do is okay. Let's see this first, and then we proceed. So this is our DOM. This is what our HTML looks like. What if I want to write something after my paragraph? This paragraph is ending on a question mark, right? I want to add something at the end of the paragraph. Then how am I able to do it, right? So the first step would be like selecting this paragraph. How can I select it? Of course, this is like something which you pretty well know from now. Like I'm not explaining. Query selector, and simply by like selecting my paragraph, I can do so. If I try to look forward for the P, yes, I'm able to. Now you want to add some element to it, right? You want to, let's assume you want to add a strong tag only after this question mark. So before adding something which is dynamic, which is yet to be made, then you need to make that element first, and then you need to add it over somewhere, right? you need to make an element first, and then you will be like adding it somewhere, and I would say then you will be then only it is possible to add something, right? Then only it is possible. Let's assume you want to um, you simply want to, I would say, add a strong tag, right? So I'll be writing it let strong is equal to document dot. Now create element is the command which is used to like create different kind of elements that you basically want to like uh, add on, or something new which you want to introduce to your code, right? So what do you want to create? You want to create a strong element. So what basically strong is consisting of inside it right now, it will be empty. It is just an empty strong tag. You just created an empty strong tag. Now you need to append some values to it, right? Let's assume you want to write that I'm strong. You want to append this word inside your strong, right? So how will you be able to do it? We read about inner HTML and inner text, right? So I just need to change the inner text inside it. So what I can do is I can simply change the inner text that I am present inside my strong tag. I can simply append the values to it. Now, if I check for my strong, what will happen? This strong tag, which I created by this create element, which was now which was earlier empty because of just a creation. Now I've added some inner text to it just by the property which we learned earlier. So now the strong is consisting of some values with the tags, right? It is basically, I would say, inner HTML now, which is included with the like with the tag as well as the content inside it, right? This is what this strong is consisting right now. Now I want to append this strong, like I want to add this strong after this question mark as it was desired, right? So to add it somewhere, we need to encounter that element also, and we need to encounter the thing which we want to add. We have already encountered the strong, as well as if we can see this paragraph line, right? We have already encountered the paragraph. So it's simply, I can say that I want to append child. I want to append it as a child, and if I want to add like I want to add the strong, right? So I'll be passing strong here. So if I enter, then you can see by DOM manipulation I was able to change, or I was able to add something which was present after the question mark, right? If I um, if I want to uh, I want to emphasize it, like okay, I don't wanna add this. Okay, first, I hope so this append child is clear. Just let me know this append child is clear. What happens when previous called on zero? So nothing will be encountered, Devashish. Nothing will be encountered. This previous is not there, right? All the siblings are like ended. All the siblings are being finished from that side, so it won't be encountering anything. Um, is it clear about this append child till now? Is it clear about append child? Please let me know so that I can tell you the difference between the append child as well as append, like two different methods we are having right now, right? Okay, so Alankar, Devashish are saying clear. What about others? Clear to all? Yes, okay. So right now, what we just used is append child. So I just want you guys to know the difference between append child as well as just a simple append, right? There is a small difference between append child as well as append, right? We need to tell the difference, but let's see, am I able to just manipulate it using this append only? Uh, am I able to manipulate it just by using append? If I say, how can I just remove it first? Okay, let me just copy paste the code so that it does not go anywhere and I don't need to write it. And I'll just simply refresh my entire DOM, right? I'll refresh my entire DOM. What I'm having is I'm selecting a paragraph. I am selecting this. Okay, so earlier what we were doing was we were just using my append child, right? Now I want to use a simple append here. See, just by using this append as well, I was able to just add my strong content which I created earlier. Like this means the append child and the append are working the same way. Like they both are letting me add things at the end right now. But there is a small difference between these two, that append child, this only allows you to add your HTML, right? Add your HTML. That is, everything needs to be considered inside these tags, right? If you simply try to use append child over the text, then this will not happen. You need to like enclose everything over the tag, and then only it will be happening. But this append allows you both the things. Allows you to add HTML tags as well, right? Things or contents with HTML tags as well, and simple text as well. Simple texts as well, right? Let us try to append some simple text so that it will be little clear to you again. So if I'll be saying that p dot append, and I want to append what I want to append. Uh, this is my simple, I would say string. This is my simple string. Let's see. Again, then if you see after the tag, this is my simple string is directly been added. But if I would have done with the uh, append child, then I don't think so this would have happened. See, it showed me the pen child is not, it failed to execute a pen child. Why? Because the strings are not uh, supporting in this append child function. So just remember in mind always that append is allows you both the things, like to directly add on the text as well as with the HTML tags. And this append child only allows you to like append those things which are enclosed inside this some of the HTML elements, or I would say some of the HTML tags from it, right? So this is something which you should always remember. Also, if you want to, I would say, add something towards the starting, not like I don't want everything to be added towards the end only, right? I want to add something towards the starting as well, right? So I'll simply use prepend to add something in the like in the ending we use append, and in the like I would say in the beginning if I want to add something, I'll simply be using this prepend. So what I see is that this is my simple string, then lorem ipsum in starting. Like if you see it here where I've like highlighted, then this lorem ipsum is starting before, oh sorry, after this line, the statement, this is my simple string. This is how we can use prepend as well. I can like simply add the strong function as a prepend as well. If I'm having the command, I'll simply use the word prepend here. It'll throw an error, maybe. No, it is not throwing me an error because we have declared everything with the let, so it was just overriding the stuff, and I'm able to see that I'm present inside my strong tag. This is my simple tag. Everything I'm able to prepend as well, right? So we have two techniques for this. One is the append and append child to append it like to add things towards the end, and prepend is to add things at the start, and I'm just writing the bracket just like append, because strings can also be directly uh, used with this, just like append, right? um, just like append, because strings and HTML both are strings, HTML both are accepted, right? Both are accepted. So that's why we can like basically use my I would say prepend and append tags, right? Is it clear about prepend, append, as well as um, append child, and what is the difference between append and append child? Append and append child can be asked, and it is like something which a little confuses the students, and you should like remember about the children, about parent element. All these methods are little important from like interview as well as for dynamic things, right? Whenever you will be like making a dynamic stuff, then these things are important and these you will be using, right? Okay, so let's assume now I I want to add some image as well, right? I want to add some image as well. What I can do is I want to add some image after this movies. Okay, what is this movies? Is this H1 or H2? It is H2, right? Okay, great. Let's do one thing. Let's add our movies after this. Let's add a picture after this movies, right? So how can I do it is like I'll simply be collecting this movie, uh, this tag. I guess this is my h2 dot query selector. Simply I'll be catching up with my h2 tag. If I go for movie, then yes, I'm able to do it. So what I want to do is I simply want my image to be added after my movies, right? This movie is another it's just a symbol, it's just, I would say, a child to my body, right? I want to add one more child to it. I just want it to be added with the image which is to be shown or which is to be present after this movie's h2 tag, right? So what I want to just simply do is I'll select the thing after or before which I want to add my stuff. Let's assume I want to add a image after uh, like image after my let's say this h2 tag, right? So right now I'm not having any of the image. So what initially I have to do is I have to create that image. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll create an image. How do we do it? We simply use our document dot create element, right? We simply use our document dot create element. What I want to create? I want to create an image. I want to create an image, right? So I want to create an image. Let's assume if I try to see with the image, then this image tag has been there, but I don't have any source right now. Then how can I directly append my source? Right, image dot src with the link can be the source, right? So how wherein we can check for the source of image, right? We'll go to Unsplash. We'll simply go to Unsplash and just copy any of the image which we like, right? Let's say I am moving forward with I'm a foodie, so I'll be like copy pasting this, right? I'll be simply selecting this, I'll be copying the image address, and I'll simply go back to my DOM and I'm pasting it here. So I've given a direct attribute, like a direct source thing to this. Okay, so if I again go to the image, then I can see this image is now having the source with it, right? Image is now having a source with it. The similar way we can add with the alt, right? Alt is equal to image of food, image of food. So now if I go with the image, then this just a second. Okay, then this alternate as well as the source, both the attributes are present inside my image, right? Now I have an element which I need to append. I have this image element. Now I need to append it after my movies, right? So I've selected the movies by MOVI. The tag was MOVI, I guess. Yeah, MOVI. I want to append it after, right? So the simple method is to write after, and after it, I want to add my image. Let's see. Am I able to append my image? The size is big, right? So we can adjust it for now. We would have like given it with the attribute only, but it's okay. We can adjust with the size, right? So what I've done is I've selected the h2 tag, named it as movie. I want to add an image after that tag, right? After that tag. So I simply made the use of the method after which was present with me. What if I didn't want it to be after? I just wanted it to be before it, right? So we have one more method that is before. So if I click this, then now this image is being shifted from like from the bottom side of the movies towards the upper side. That is, it's just shifted before the movies now, right? So this is the command which we can use and which we tend to use to add on our different elements towards like just adding it with the siblings and all stuff, right? So we can do it this way as well. I am commenting and providing it here for you. uh, Okay, so is it clear that how we can, is movie a variable or a tag? I mean, movie is a variable, Alankar. You can make any MOV, MO, simple M, anything. I just made it a like a element difference between after and append. See, after, okay, so if we'll go with this, right? This append can be done with like I appended the thing inside the paragraph only, right? I appended the thing inside the paragraph only, but after what you'll do is it will append it after the paragraph will get end. Like it will be itself a new element. Like when we appended the thing, right? So what was happening is after this question mark, the things were coming, or the pre-append, it was like coming inside the paragraph stuff only. But if we simply use before and after, then it will itself be a new element, it will be a new sibling to it. So there is a small difference between it. The more you will be like working with the stuff, the more you'll be getting about it, right? I guess this is clear. Okay, great. Okay, is it clear to everyone till now that whatever we have like discussed by now and whatever stuff is there, right? Is that clear to you all? Clear to all, just let me know so that I can ask you a small 1 2 questions so that we can proceed forward with 1 or 2 more concepts, right? Why haven't we made image as a child? why do you want to make image as a child? Like which child you like? I've never seen image as a child to something. Baki, you can try whatever combinations you are like you're getting in your head. Just create a HTML and try out different stuff. This is how you will be learning, right? But I've never seen any of the image tag as a child, right? It itself is a independent element, right? Majorly. Baki, you can try if you are having any sort of like thoughts in your head, right? Okay, so shall we proceed further? Just tell me this thing. This is my HTML, right? Okay, so how can I select this um, second element which is present inside my UL, right? How we will be directly selecting this second element, that is movie 2, uh, which is present inside my UL or OL. Yeah, it is present inside my OL. Then how can you directly access this movie 2? Um, just let me know about the code and what will be thinking, right? This is my movie 2, that is the second li. How can you directly encounter the second li without using indexes, right? Without using any of the indexes. Any way you guys want to share, like this is uh, the diagram, I would say this is um, the browser wherein you can take help from. So just take 1 or 2 minutes and tell me how you can directly encounter uh, let's assume any of the child, but encounter it directly without any indexes. Take a minute and so, and just let me know in the chat box only. Do not discuss so that others can also use their implementation properly. Just take a minute and let me know. Any solutions till now? No. Be a little fast now so that we can discuss it and check for different stuff as well. UL dot first child dot next element sibling. Okay, we can see more. Okay. Any more answers? Any more suggestions from others? How we can directly encounter any of the element, right? We have read it in the selectors as well, right? I just wanted to show you that DOM can also be selecting in that same way, so that's why I'm asking. It's easy, but we can see it that way as well, right? Okay, I don't know why you guys are not responding. Maybe a little confused, but it's okay. We can see it this way, right? Okay, now what I want to do is I simply want to select any of my li. Let's assume I want to select my first, last, or any number in the between. Then how we can do it? I'll simply be selecting this. I would say li. I want to say document dot query selector. Query selector. I want to select it under the UL. Have I given the ID to the UL? Have I given any of the ID? Yeah, the ID is list, right? Okay, great. So what I can do is I can find for the list, and inside the list, I'm having this li, right? And I can simply encounter like my first child with this, simply encounter my first child, right? Let's see if I go with the li, then yes, I'm able to encounter my first child, right? But now if I don't want to encounter my first child, or the similar way we can encounter with the last child as well. So if I go with the li, then last child is also been encountered. But if I don't want to encounter the first and the last child, so I can also go for like nth of type. Nth of type is also available with us. Nth of type of, let's assume I want to select my third type, then I'll simply go with li. Then I'm able to select my movie 3 and any of the type wherever you want to select, right? So was this difficult for anyone? Like this is like I would say a descendant combinator. We use it the same way, right? Is it difficult for anyone? Great, great. You guys are able to answer it now, I guess. Yeah, great, great. So the purpose of it was just to show you that descendant combinators. This is also a way to way by which you can like catch up the different selectors and implement the work over them, right? Okay, let's assume now I want this movie 3 to be removed, right? What is my li? uh, this is my movie 3, right? This movie 3, I don't want to see this movie 3 inside my DOM. I simply want to remove this li from my DOM. Then how I can do it, right? So I have a method. I have two methods basically. I have a method remove, as well I have a method of remove child. The same way we checked out for the append child and append, right? It is the same as that of remove child and remove. So I hope so. This will be a bit more clear with this, right? Remove child and remove. So remove can directly access any of the like if I simply select my li, I can simply remove it just by this remove command. But in order to remove using this remove child, I need to have the access to the parent as well. Have the access to the parent as well, right? Because we'll be removing the child. So if you want to, in order to remove the li and using this child command, then you need to be there present on the parent of it, right? So we need to have the access to the parent as well. So we'll be seeing both the ways to delete. Just be with me till that. Okay, let's assume I want to delete this li3, right? This li which I have selected right now. So if I want to remove it with the, let's say, with remove child first. So what I'll do is I'll not const, let's not confuse it. Let's make it with, let's say I'm selecting my UL because I need to have the access to my UL as well. So how can I do it? I can simply select it by the ID document dot query selector. I can select it by the ID as well, right? Um, what was the name? I guess list was the name. If I select my UL, then entire UL is being selected. Now, if I want to delete the li which I selected, right? So what I'll do is I'll say encounter my parent and remove child. Remove child is a property which is there with us. What is the child? No, whatever child you have encountered, I've encountered the child in the li. If I remove it, then see this movie 3 is gone. Now this movie 3 is not present with me or present with our HTML anymore. So this is how we can make use of remove child, and simply by selecting the parent as well as the element which we want to remove, simply apply it the way I have applied. Encounter the parent, use the property remove child, and give the argument in a like simple layman language. Give the argument or the variable which you have selected to remove. Or if you simply want to make use of your just remove method, right? So what you can do is like select select, let's say, end of time 1, right? Now this li is countering with me, countering me or giving me the value of movie 1. So what I can do is I can simply use my remove method, and if I go this way, oh sorry, it's a method, right? So simply go with it, then yes, this li dot remove is also not present with me. That is, this movie 1 is also not accessible to me anymore, right? So these are the ways by which you can like append, or you can add stuff dynamically. You can remove the stuff from your uh, I would say from your HTML just by using the DOM, and you can also use the different selectors like descendant, parent, child. Every selector can be used with this way. So this is all we need to know about basic of DOM. Now we'll be like switching with the DOM events. Like, is it clear about basic DOMs? Whatever we have taught, like let me just pen it down as well. Remove is there, and we learned about, I would say, after, before, right? Before and after was also part of it, and append, prepend. I guess I have explained append, prepend was there, right? Okay, so all these things are clear, that how we are able to make use of remove child and every stuff. Is it clear to all? Just let me know, please. Is it clear to everyone present? Is it clear that how, what is the difference between remove child? Remove child is basically encountering the parent as well, and simply remove is like just simply encounter the element which you want to throw out of your DOM or throw out of your HTML, and then simply use that method. It's clear. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's have a break of 3 minutes, or I would say 4 minutes. Till that time, you can have your water entry, small break, and then we'll be starting with the DOM events, right? Then we'll be starting with the DOM events. DOM events. A small topic, not a big one. So we'll be covering it pretty soon, right? Okay, so today we'll be winding up with the DOM so that we can start with the jQuery from the next class and start with the project pretty soon. Like let's have a break of 3-4 minutes and we'll be joining pretty back. Great. Uh, okay, I guess we are good to start again. Right. Hope so everyone is back and attentive. So let's see. Let me make another folder first and I'll explain it. Right. Let's explain it as well. I'll be writing it as DOM events and simply I'll be making files. I'll do it later. Okay. Let's know what events are and how many events are there. Like there are many events which are present inside a DOM, which are present inside with us, right? One of I'm just like, just giving you few of the examples. Also, you can check it out in the MDN and let you know. Like one of the event and most used event is the click one, right? Whenever you click a button, some of the functionality happens, right? We also have mouse enter, that whenever your pointer enters the arena, so that is also part of an event. Mouse enter, mouse leave, right? Mouse enter, mouse leave is also an event. I would say. Uh, uh, okay, enter is one of the event, like that is basically key press, right? Key press is considered to be an event. Key press and key up, key down, all these are also some of the events. And majorly copy pasting is also an event, right? Yeah, copy pasting is also an event. And I would say double click, yeah, double click is also an event. And there are many more, scroll, and they are like there are uncountable more events, right? So where you can get the list of them, just simply go to MDN and check for event reference MDN, and therein you can check out for the different events which you guys are having in the DOM and everything, right? So event reference, just check it out from there. And I'm just giving you example. We'll just explain everything in a while and explain about things that what all can be done and what these events basically are, right? So let's start this with a coding part only, so that that will be a better way to understand things, right? Okay, so I'm writing it as DOM events, and I'm simply attaching my, let's say, app.js file, saving it, and let's do one thing. I'll simply, this is not DOM events, right? DOM traversal, DOM events, right? So what I want to do is I want to add a button first, right? I'm simply adding a button first. Let's see how we can add it in the HTML only, right? I've added a button. The name of the button is, I'll say, click me. Okay, click me. So if I just check it out in the browser right now, and if I inspect it, and if I'm just clicking the button, I'm able to click it, but there is no functionality which is happening, right? There is no functionality which is happening right now. Okay, so what I can do is I'll simply go to my button, and inside the button I'll be using a property. I'll be using a method of on click, right? Once I'll write on, I get a huge list of the things which I can, which with events which I can like use, right? So I'll be using on click. What this on click will provide, let's say what to do with the click of it, right? I simply want to console log some values. I want to say just print me that I have clicked the button, right? Whenever this button will be clicked, just show me something in the console that okay, I have clicked the button. Along with that, if you need to write more properties, just separated with the commas, just separated with the semicolon, and let's say here you want to write uh, shut up, right? I just write shut up, any of the thing. I don't know. So I can write any of the thing, right? So right now my DOM is empty. If I click it, then I can see yes, some of the functionality is being working. That I've clicked the button and shut up. Again, if I see that the functionality is started working, why? Because I've added this on click event over it, right? This is my on click event which I can simply add on just inside my inline way. This is I'm just simply adding out in an inline way. You can also try it with internal way as well. So let's do one thing. Let's not cover the small stuff. Let's make it a bit like a good thing to understand. Let's say I have a button, right? I have a button. Then what I can do is I can give it a name of click me, and let's say okay, I'm giving this button ID as well. Let's say I'm giving it ID of again very special. I can give anything. What I'll do is I'll simply go to my app.js, or I can go to the DOM as well, right? Uh, I'll be selecting this button first, like let btn is equal to document dot query selector. After selecting the query, I'll be encountering with I would say special. I guess special is the name of my ID. I've encountered this. Now what I want to do is I'll simply go for okay, what all things are there. I just want to see what all properties are there, right? And if I want to check something out like this, then I'll simply give it a console.dir. Let's see what is shown inside my browser, right? Okay, so if I'll refresh it, then this huge key value pairs, I would say, are present inside. What all things are present inside my button is that I can use all the properties of focus, dir, form, null. Every of these properties can be like if you can see, the on click is also there. Right now we have not applied any of the properties. On click is null, so all these properties methods can be used over your button property, right? So okay, I'm just simply commenting this up. This was just for your understanding. So what I want to do is I want to make a function. Okay, I want to make a function. Let's say my function is fun, and I'm making it a function like console.log console.log. Please don't click me. Please don't click me. Please don't click me again. Okay, please don't click me again. And I've assigned a function to it now. Okay, one more thing is that like whenever you will be like working out with these events, right? The functions we are also passed with some event thing in it, right? Some parameters are passed, like event is being passed with it. How we can see it, like if I'll simply console dot log the value of e, right? Let's see what will e this what this e will give me and what this e dot target will give me, right? Let's see, then I'll explain you in a nutshell again what this will give me. And I want to apply this functionality over my button, right? I simply want to apply it over when someone will click my button, right? So I'll simply say on click on button dot on click. Why is it not showing me this way? uh Just a second. What have I done? I simply selected a button. I've selected a document.query selector. A button is there with it. Okay, I've selected the button. Then what I can do is I can selectly or I can directly like make it that way as well, like button dot on click, right? Button dot on. I don't know why this suggestion is not shown. On click. If I just click the button, then what will happen is the function will run, and we'll be seeing the properties, right? Okay, let's see what happens. uh, if I click this button, then this button is shown to me that but like entire button, this E, right? This E is shown to me is like this E is like all the properties which are present inside this button, like all the events that can be done. For example, if you see that something important right now here is like the value of which, right? Uh, the type of it was click whenever the thing like this event is basically consisting of many key value pairs, out of which this which key value pair is important, which I'll be using further as well. And all these properties are present, and all these key values are present inside it, right? So E is something like an event. It passes with the event. I would say uh, it's a reference. Okay, so the better word to it is like to whatever element this on click function is running, right? For example, uh, I'll explain in a better way, right? I'm not satisfied by explaining this, so I'll explain in a better way. I have a button, right? I have a button, and over this button this on click event is working, right? Over this button on click event is working, right? So this on click event is like right now is passed through a function, right? So a function can be passed with the argument, I would say, of events, right? Argument of event. This is basically event. You can write any of the word here. I'm just taking a replacement of event. What this event will be containing, it's like it will be having the reference to this button, reference over which this on click functionality is being shown, right? Over this on click functionality is being shown. On click functionality is shown, like is not shown, is attached, I would say, is attached, right? It will have the reference to that element. Okay, so this E, that is the event, will be referring to all the things which are present with me or present with the element which is there. Now, is it clear a bit like what this E is handling? E is like a reference to the element over which we are applying the property. Is it clear about the E stuff? Is it clear about the E element? Oh, sorry, event. Is it clear about the event? Please respond, guys. Like this event is basically the reference over which my element is being attached, right? It's basically the reference to it. Yes. What about others? Yeah. It's not that difficult. I know in the initial I was not able to explain it properly, but the best possible way to explain is like it is the reference to which all the properties and key value pairs which are there. It can be attached. E is same as dir, but no, E is not same. Like there is a difference between them, but E is not same. E is basically the event. Clear, sir, clear. Okay. Great. So what is this e dot target? If you see that's e dot target, it is showing me the entire button, like the target over which the click is being happening. It is the entire element, right? It is not the reference, it is the element. E is the reference, e dot target is the element over which the thing is happening. And this is the simple console command just to see that what all things are there, right? So I hope now things are a bit clear that what is e and what is e dot target. And just make sure if you just open this event, then there is a property which is having a key value pair of which, right? I'll be using this which. So just keep in mind, right? Just keep this in mind. Okay, so this is how you can like attach on click function to your I would say to some of your events, right? So let's assume now you want to try out for something I would say um, okay, great. A better way to do is like uh, now I have three buttons, right? Initially I was having one button, just one button. Now I have three buttons. One is click me, the second is click me please, and the third is click me. Um, I am requesting, right? I'm requesting. I'm just simply, I'll not be giving any of the IDs, right? I'm just removing the IDs. I'll simply not be giving the IDs to any of it, or I can give, but it's okay. I'll not be giving IDs. Uh, Okay, so I have basically three buttons, and I want the functionality to be added over the button itself, right? So what I can do is I'll simply go to my DOM. I'll be selecting this right now. Nothing is happening with clicking off any of the buttons, right? Of course, it's not happening. So I would say let btn is equal to document dot query selector or query selector all. Just let me know. Will it be query selector or query selector all? If I want to encounter the three buttons, will it be query selector or query selector all? Be fast, yeah. Please be fast. Abhay saying all, Aditya saying all. Great. So it will be query selector all because I want to encounter all of my buttons at the same time. Query selector all. What I want to encounter, I simply want to encounter my button. Let's see if I BT is already okay. So if I go for BT double N, let's see, and BTNN, then I am getting a basically a list that is more than one button is there, right? So how can I print the property? I'll simply be using my for loop for let BT of BTNN. Simply give it a property. Let's say um, BT dot on BT dot on click. We can give it this way, right? Let's assume you want to like let's say you uh, should we give it this way or just give me a moment. Should we give it this way? Okay, let's see, right? On click bt dot on click. It will show us let's say mm, it will we can simply will it be fruitful? I'm not sure. Will it be fruitful for you guys to see this? Just give me a moment, huh? Let me just think what I am trying to explain. Will it like fulfill the purpose? Uh, I guess it will not because I have to do two functions at the same time. If I'll make one function here and if I'll be making different functions with this, then it will not be something which is helpful. Okay, let's ignore this because the functionality which was I trying to explain will not be done with three clicks. It will be done just with a single click, but with two functions, right? Okay, so I'm just having one simple button. I'm having just one simple button. What I want to do is I'm commenting this as well. I'm commenting this as well. I've simply like uh, what is that? I've simply encountered the button, right? I've simply encountered the button. What I want is on click of that button, like on click of any of the button which is present with me, I want to apply a function. Like let's assume I'm creating a function. Let's say shout. I am creating a function of shout. I need to make two functions, right? I'll be making a function of shout, and at the same time, I am making a function of scream, right? Just a second. At the same time, I'll be making a function of scream, right? Scream and shout. Okay, that's good. This is we can like easily do. What we'll do is we'll simply console out some values, console.log of, let's say, shout, and if I just copy paste it this way, and if I'll say it like scream, like if I say it like shout and scream. Now what I want to do is I simply want to like encounter the button. How can I encounter the button? I've already encountered the button. Have I given it ID? Let's just change it. ID was, I guess, being removed. I'll simply encounter it with the button. Now the button is with me. Now button dot on click. If I just simply on click the button, what I want this shout function to execute, right? I want this shout function to execute. Let's see. Where is my, okay. Okay, I just want it to be executed, and for let btn, this is not of my use. If I refresh it and see, then I'm able to get that shout. If the number of times I'm clicking on the shout, the number of times the value of it is being increased. Okay, but at the same time, I want to, like, let's say, uh, apply this scream function as well, right? Shout as well as scream. Now I want it on a click of once, it has to be like shout as well, and it has to be scream as well. Like there can be multiple functions that can happen just by one click, right? Multiple functions can happen. Let's see. If I click on click me, then only scream is coming. The shout is not coming. Why is it so? Because according to the traversal, according to the flow of code, like flow of code, the one which will be encountered at the last, right? Encountered at the last will be done. Encountered at last will be applied. So this is the reason. That's why I'm not able to where is my code? That's why I'm not able to get this shout function. I'm only able to get the scream function. But if the order would be opposite, then I would have only get the shout function, not the scream function. How? See, only the shout function is being shown. But this is something which is not desirable, which is something it's not a good practice, I would say. It's something which is really bad, or which is a drawback to something, right? Drawback to something. So to overcome these problems, uh, event listeners were being introduced, right? It's itself is a new topic which I wanted to explain right now. Yeah. So event listener, ISTEN listeners were like introduced to like overcome the problem. What? To overcome the problem of multiple functions at a time, of like adding or giving multiple functions at a time, right? Multiple functions at a time. Right. So these event listeners will be helping us out. Let's see how they'll be helping us. Let's see. Uh, According to the code, where is the code? According to the code, these are not helping me. These are like, I would say, uh, drawback to multiple functions. Right. These are the drawback to multiple functions. Now I want to like overcome the drawback. How can I overcome the drawback? I'll simply be using event listeners, like event listeners. Okay, if I'll be using the event listeners, let's see how we make use of it and how we can do it. Okay, so I've selected the button. Okay, so I can apply any of the property over my button. So how we do it? We simply give it a property of on, right? We simply give it a property of sorry, not on. It's add event listener. We'll simply be adding the event listener. On is something else, which is like okay. Right now we are talking about event listeners, right? So I'll be simply encountering my element over which I want to add my event listener. What event listener you want to add? I want to add event listener when my button will be clicked, right? Over the click of that button, I want to apply a function. Which function I want to add? Okay, I have a shout function. Is it shout, right? Yeah, it's shout. And at the same time, I want it to happen with the screen function as well. I have two functions. I can attach both the events with my single trigger. So I have basically attached an event listener, and inside the event listener, I give it a value that on the click attach it with the shout function as well, and on the click attach it with the screen function as well, right? So let's see, will it solve our problem? If I click it, then okay, I'm able to see shout and screen both at the same time, right? So I hope so now things are clear. So why on click is not fruitful when we need to do like more than one functions, or we need to encounter more than one functions at a time, right? So this is something which is not that fruitful for us, right? So that is why this event listeners were introduced, and this like problem, or I would say this drawback was overcome, right? Um, is it clear about why my on function was like showing problem, why I had to shift from on click to event listeners? Because I wanted to add multiple functions, right? That is possible, right? When you post things, then uh, like whenever you like surf your Instagram and you scroll down things, then multiple events can happen, right? Whenever you click on a button, then multiple events can happen, right? The similar way, we don't want our function to be stuck with just a simple function. We That's why are using our event listeners for that, right? So we do have event listeners. So also just read about event listeners from your MDN. These are really important stuff. MDN, event listeners. Also just read about these events as well from MDN. I gave you a simple glimpse, but this is something which need to be like I would say this need to be uh, practiced, right? Okay, so is it clear till now? Like, just tell me, is it clear till now? So that we can discuss one or two more topics, then we can wind up stuff. Is it clear to everyone? Yes, sir, clear. Great, great, Ashita. Great, Rahul. Richa, great. All these are easy things. I know these are easy. It's just about at what times you're using. These are just the basic concepts. So I would suggest ki go for MTN and do read all the documentation regarding to this, as well as practice out stuff, whatever makes you comfortable with it, right? Whatever makes you comfortable. Let's say it's not only about this click event, right? Every time it's not possible that you have to just use about the click event. Let's say um, okay, I'm just commenting this so that it won't hamper our next iteration. Let's say whenever you're working with a button, right, you simply want to add an event listener, add event listener. You want to add it with, let's say, some mouse event. Like, is it possible that whenever we like this is my mouse, right? Whenever I enter the mouse, the functionality of it changes, right? The same way I'm hovering, the color is being changed, right? So this is an mouse event as well. So if I want to write an event when my mouse enters something, right? Mouse enter. What event I want to add? I'll simply like, let's say I'm having adding a function. I'm adding callback function. I can simply say, okay, I'll give it a style so that it is a feasible or visible change. I'll give it a style of, let's say, color. The easiest is color. So that's why I want to give it a color of, let's say, yellow. Right. Whenever this mouse enter event takes place, then what to do? Just simply run a function. What this function will do? That function will simply be like coloring your button style, like the style property it will be giving and give it the color of yellow. Right. See, once I'm not clicking it. Once I entered, this event is being triggered, and then this is like automatically stored. But I don't want that it to be a permanent change, right? I don't want it to be a permanent change. So I can also add one more function with it, that on mouse enter and on mouse leave, right? I told about both the events, right? Uh, See, mouse enter and mouse leave, both the events are represented with us, right? So I can also write the function of mouse leave. So mouse enter ka I have written on mouse leave. What I want that style just goes away. Like, I don't want any kind of style that whenever my mouse leaves my button or over the element I'm just trying to apply the functionality, I want it to be back to the normal, right? So I don't want any of the event to happen. So if I go inside it, then it's yellow. If I come out, then it's again back. Go inside it, this mouse enter event is happening, and if I come back, then yes, I'm able to see the visible change just like a hover event. This is not hover event. This is my uh, mouse enter and mouse leave event, but it's working same as that of hover, right? So I guess now you guys are able to understand how different events can be seen. It's not just about click, or I would say um, if I'll simply use it with the double click, right? Let's assume not the button. Let me add some. Okay, so I have DOM over it as well, right? I have DOM over it as well. So let's encounter my heading. Let me make some changes with the heading as well. I guess it would be heading 2. So what I'll do, I'll be using heading 1. I'll be using it as heading 1. I'll simply be adding this functionality to my heading 1. I'll simply say on double double click, give it a style of, I would say, color is equal to red, right? Let's see, will this happen or not, right? If I single click on my DOM, nothing is happening. If I double click, oh, maybe this is not H1. Let us see, which is this. This is H2. Just a second. It is H2. Let me just encounter it this way, and that's it. Let's see now. If I'll simply click on it, then nothing is happening. But if I'll double click, then see the color changed, right? Double click, the color changed to green. I simply changed the color of button, I guess. Yeah, I changed the color of the button. I need to change the color of the H1, right? I need to change the color of the H1. So again, single click, nothing will happen. And on double click, the event changed up to red color, right? On double click, it is changed up to red color. And I guess these are some basic examples how we can like make use of our different events and uh, make you see that how these like I would say these are mouse events, right? Initially the click was click event, and now these were mouse events. I'll categorize it for you as well. These are mouse events. This was click event. That is like very easy for you to understand. That's basic thing. And one more category we have is like keyboard events, right? We are also having keyboard level. There are multiple more, but these are the basic which we generally tend to use a lot. So that's why we are also having keyboard events. For example, whenever we press any of the key, okay, let's again see it with an example. I don't wanna um, make it complicated for you. Let's do one thing. Let's make it a input box. Okay, let's make an input box. What I'm doing is I'm making an input box. I want an input box of text equal to type. I'll simply give it a, let's say I'm giving it a placeholder so that you can see what exactly things are coming. I'm giving it a placeholder of search. Let's see what I'm getting. I'm getting an input box and I'm like doing whatever stuff I want to, and I'm not getting any of the output till now, right? Now I want the number of times I press any of the key over my keyboard. I want it to be like, I want a count of it. I want to see that what is basically happening inside it, right? What is basically happening, right? So what I want to do is I'll simply be encountering my, let's say, I'll simply be encountering my input. How can I encounter it? Let's say let inp is equal to again document dot. Where am I writing? Okay, sorry. I'll be writing it here. Let inp is equal to document. Sorry, document dot query selector. I just want to select one of my input. That is, I'll be simply selecting the input this way. If I want to check that is my input selected, just a sec. And if I sorry, if I want to check about my input, I can check it in the console, right? Just a second. Is my input selected? Then yes, my input is selected. So what I want to do is I simply want to add an event listener over my input. I simply want to add event listener. I'll be adding an event listener. At what I want to just add on my event. I want to add my event whenever my key is pressed, right? So that is a key press event. Key press event is also available with us. I guess I have explained about it. Oh yeah, key press is there, right? If you see my mouse, there is key press event as well. There are many more, but we are just doing the majorly used stuff, right? Okay. So again, uh, I'm using a callback function to just implement the functionalities. Let's say um, I'll simply okay. We again have this event with us with this like whenever you use event listener, we have this event here as well. On click and event listener, both they are having the event that is reference to the reference to the element over which we are adding the functionalities, right? We are having the reference to it as well. Let's again check out for the console.log of e as well as console.log of e.target. Uh, and let's say okay, let's not console them. We'll see. No worries. We have already seen. Let's simply see what I want to console. I have pressed some of the key, right? I don't know which key I can press, but any of the key that I'll be pressing will be like responsible for this. Okay, console.log will be responsible for this event listener because key press is the event. So let's see what happens with this. If I go up here, right, I'll be clearing this up. I'll be clearing this up. If I go up here and I type any of the word, then see I'm just writing my name is a good person. I'm writing any random stuff, and the count of the event you can see that okay, whenever any of the keys being pressed, it is showing me a total count of that, right? It is showing me a total count of it. Let's see, I've like again adding stuff, right? So this is basically your key press that whenever any key is pressed, then you want to do some work. So this is how you can do it, right? Okay, I asked you to let's say know about this which like not no I'll just show you it again here. Like if I press any of the key, then this keyboard event is like is triggered. You can see this keyboard event is triggered, and I asked you to just focus on the value of which, right? So if I like pressed H, the which is showing me a value of 104. Okay, if I simply press enter, then a new keyboard event is triggered, and we can see the value of which here is 13, right? So what we can do is uh, it'll show us all the like all the number of keys which are there. It'll show us that way. But if I want to encounter that, okay, when this enter will come, then just simply remove all the values from it, right? Just see what I'm doing, just be with me, and we'll be like able to see whatever things are there, right? So I have this event function with me. If e dot which, right, we have a character like the thing which I showed here is a which property, right? We have which here. If my e dot which is equal to 13, right, what I want to do, that is my enter, right? Console.log, simply console.log the value of enter from it. Okay, I can do it enter, and okay, we'll simply do it with the else, right? We won't make any of much of the complications here. Okay, let's see what will happen if I try to do it, right? Right now I'm having nothing. Simply I'm able to get stuff. Once I'll press enter, now the line of the above code breaks. That is, I'm simply getting enter there. I'm pressing enter again and again. And if I start writing some of the code and press enter, so this is how we can like make the use of which like we have the functionality with our different lists, right? Whenever we press enter and whenever we want to terminate some stuff and change the line, right? So this is how we can encounter a particular key press just by adding a value to that particular event. How we can check for the value of which, we can simply console.log the value of e, console.log e, that is the event. It will show us the particular value of that pressed event corresponding to the key of which, right? So we can compare it that way and implement the functionalities according to whatever suits you the most, right? Or else console.log key, or I would say input dot value is equal to simply empty. Just remove all the stuff which is present inside my stuff is there, right? Once I'll press enter, all the values just went away. Again, if I writing anything, um, I've pressed some of the keys are just coming, and once I'll press enter, I can see in the console enter is being shown, and my functionality is working. That all the values which were there inside my search bar, they all disappeared, right? So I guess this code can be helpful with you guys, right? So is it clear to you guys about all the functionality of keyboard events, or I would say um, that mouse event as well as the click events, right? Is it clear to you all, right? How we can make use of them and how we can implement different functionalities, and what is this event that is the reference to your element over which the content is being, or the event listener or the on click function is being run, right? So I hope all these things are clear to every one of you, right? It fixed that entering value will be, is it fixed that after entering value 13? See, if you want to encounter that event with the enter, right, then only your which value has to be 13, right? If there is some other uh let's say if I okay, so I've commented it out, I'll just comment it off again. I'll simply um check for the different values, right? Okay, see here properly. Let's assume I'm writing F here. If I press the keyboard event F, then the value of which here is 102, right? Is 102. if I want to change the functionality of e dot which, that is e dot which has to be 102 in order to perform the same function. Entered, I would say I've entered F. I guess F was the F key was the one which will be doing this stuff, right? Now, if I'll save and if I'll go back again, if I start typing different stuff, then it'll not happen even after entering like enter. If I've even entered the enter values, how can I show you? Okay, this value is 13. This means that this enter is being added, but the functionality is not shown yet. It will only be shown when I'll be typing F, because the functionality is corresponding to the which value of F, right? If I'll press F, then see everything is gone. F is pressed, and I can see it by the value of my which, right? So uh, it depends on your keyboard event that which value of that which key value pair is encountered, and you want to apply the value over that, right? It's not fixed. It depends on the key of yours, right? It's fixed for the enter for every computer, but not for all the elements, right? Not for all the keys which are with us. I hope so. Now this clears your doubt, Aditya. Is that clear to all? Is it clear to everyone who are here? Right. I hope so. Now you guys can practice out your DOM very easily and try to make an. Okay, I was about to give you homework, right? Okay, here comes your homework for today, right? Assignment 3, being very precise, assignment 3. You guys need to make a to-do list. Assignment 3. You guys need to make a to-do list. I am not concerned about the styling. If you do the styling, that will be pretty good for your side as well. I'm just concerned about the properties, sorry, the functionalities. Like you can add on stuff by clicking any of the button like that, and you can delete your, I would say, your your done task, and you can like add styling. That depends on you. I'd prefer to work on the functionalities first, and like dynamically you can add, right? Dynamically, the way we used append and append child, right? So dynamically you can add and perform these add, styling, and delete function over it, right? So your assignment 3 is to make a to-do list, and like you can deploy it if you feel your to-do list is better than others, right? So your assignment number 3 is a to-do list, and again your, I guess your assignment number 1 and 2 are inside your codes only, right? Yeah. If you just refer GitHub, then assignment 1 and assignment 2 both are shared. So just kindly fill it according to you, or complete the assignments according to you, and share it with the TA tomorrow, right? Not tomorrow, the next working class, that is on Wednesday at 12 in the noon, right? 12 in the noon. I'll be pushing the code pretty soon, like in 5-7 minutes, and just complete or get through with your assignments, right? Is that clear to all? Clear for all? Just let me know so that we can end up with the session, and I'll be updating the GitHub pretty soon. Is it clear to all? Yes, yes, yes. So you have 3 assignments to do. The third one is the to-do list and apply the functionalities using the DOM. It's totally okay. And it is how you will be like doing in the industries as well, by making the use of your JavaScript, right? Okay. So I hope things are clear and you know the basic gist from where you need to take reference, and you need to do the work. So I guess now you guys are good to go. We are done with the DOM as well. From in the next class, we'll be learning about jQuery at max after 2 classes. By Monday, we'll be starting with the project. So we have to submit just assignments only. The TA will check. I'll see by what way, like what functionality we have to add. We have to add, like we can add the new event. We can delete the already written tasks, right? So just check out any of the to-do list and try to implement the same functionality. The better you can do, that will be like good for you, right? That will be good for your practice, right? Check out any of the to-do list from like available resources or internet, right? So I guess we are good to end this meeting, and we'll be meeting pretty soon on Wednesday. Till that time, just go to MDN and refer out different stuff, right? So we had a form about mentor teachers designation name. So I'm not sure of it. I'm really not sure of it. Kindly ask Aditya sir about it. I'm really not sure of it. Yeah. About mentor details. I'm not sure. Kindly ask Aditya sir. I hope so, sir. You are there. Please help them out with this. Also, I guess I'm
Yes,
running.
Samak will get back on the next session with regards to this. I'll just check and I'll get.
Great, great. So great. So I guess Aditya sir will help you out in the next class. So till that time, you can revise with your stuff and do the homework part, right? Also, my battery is about to end, so I'm leaving in a hurry. And see you guys on Wednesday, right? All the best till that time and do all your homeworks. Uh, I will just submit the assignments only. Get your doubts resolved as well as submit the assignments to the TA. And like you'll get to know, just attend the first class with the TA, then you'll get to know what all things are there, right? Ask your doubts regarding anything we want to, right? Till the topic we have covered. Also clear our doubts, Shok sir. Also clear about doubt to Shok sir, please. Shok sir will so Aditya sir will do it, so don't worry, just have some patience and things will be clear pretty soon, right? Okay, so ending this meeting now, and see you guys in the next class, right? All the best till that time, and enjoy your studies, right?